dear viewers, listeners, and our fellow podcasters here. So today we are going to have a very beautiful session, Youth Baraza, concerning lifestyle choices. Na uhakika watu waloka hapa karibu yangu, they are the right person and the right people that we look up to, na tunaona choices zao ama lifestyle yao tunaiona. So labda tuanze round of introduction. Mimi ni Amir Mohamed Asmara. I'll be your host for today. Now on my right ni
good morning, my name is Amir Hashim. Currently I'm working as the Senior Gender Officer in the County Government of Mombasa, Department of Youth, Gender and Sports. At the same time, I'm the Board of Director at Nuturing Stars. I'm an empowered leader playing different roles in the community, and it's an honor to be here today.
Yeah, I'm a Samoja content creator, influencer. Hi. On my left hapo. Mwanadada.
Chuna Salim.
Chuna Salim afanya nini?
Oh. This is Chuna Salim, I'm a media personality. Yeah.
Kwenye mtandao huko ama huko?
Niko.
Sasa. So na kule mwisho kabisa.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. My name is Mohamed Husny, and I work with the County Government of Mombasa, Department of Governance and Serikali mtaani as the head of partnerships and coordination support. But at the same time, I also have an organization that deals with issues to do with climate interventions, and mainly it's just to create awareness on climate issues that impact our lives in daily lives. Thank you.
Asante sana. Sawa. So kila mtu tumesikia zile designation anafanya in terms of kutangamana na jamii, si ndio? We always play a role in the community. Sawa? Na sisi ni we have people ambao wanatuangalia, the terms as role models, si ndio? So labda choices gani ya lifestyle, labda utuambie Samir. Watu wanakuona tu kwenye mtandao kila siku, they don't know the kind of lifestyle wewe unataka wewe mwenyewe you desire to live, but watu mtandaoni wana perceive vingine. What is your lifestyle choice?
For me, my lifestyle, I had to make a choice at one point in my life. Just to take back when I was in primary school. As I was close to doing my exam, KCP, it was a bit different. I used to be a student who was performing, and then the changes now, the lifestyle change. I had to be more of a fun person who is loving to play football. Ikawa niko na marafiki kwa mtaa. So many things pale, they ended up not supporting or not making me have a good life at that point. So I had to fail in primary school, and I love sharing my story because at one point I failed. People see me when I'm successful in social media and did so many things. But later on, you're trying to ask me about the lifestyle, the choice that I made. During high school, now I had to change my lifestyle. What was I supposed to do to ensure that I do the things the right way, things that are positive, things that are going to influence, and make sure that I have a better life. So right now, my lifestyle is different. I'm someone who is more into doing things that are bringing changes to the community. What do I mean? In the County Government of Mombasa, my role as a Senior Gender Officer is to ensure that I'm empowering youth, women, persons with disabilities. I'm championing for gender equality, advocating for GBV and mental health. At the same time, my roles keep on changing since the assumption of role of Governor Chuna Salim. I had now to oversee the program of Mombasa County, trying to ensure that I'm empowering more young people. When it comes later on, I had now to be given a role of managing Tononoka social role. So it's not just about working with Tononoka. I ensure that I'm supporting the youth, giving them a space that they can come in, do their meetings, do their games. So the lifestyle is different now. When I wake up, to me, it's about work, and it's about to do what impact or what can I do today to ensure that I've lived a mark. I'm so young, but I'm trying each and every day to see the things that I can do and leave a legacy. So now from morning into evening, it's mostly about work, mostly about community. To a point now I have to be in an organization and also supporting them. To a point I have to be called to meetings, give my story, mentorship, and so many other things. So that is it.
Sasa, hold on to that thought. Hapo tukuje kwa Chuna. I believe through your lifestyle, si ndio? Ile lifestyle unaishi. At some point kuna wale marafiki you have to ulibidi uachane nao, si ndio? Because they had an impact to the lifestyle choices that uko unataka kuishi. Kila mtu anataka kuwa maskini na kila mtu anataka kuishi na maisha yako kwa pale pale amestaka. So what are the choices that you made?
First thing I think I should make clear kwa wale watu ambao wananijua, I'm not into friends sana. Mimi mtu ambaye am an introvert. Mtu anaona Chuna labda ni mtu akuja, but I don't have friends. But not having friends, I manage to have people that I know. I have my cycle, which is very small. So the choices that I made to make sure, unajua pia mimi nasema na umri. When I was 22, it's not the same pale ambako sasa niko. When I was 22, the choices that I was making mainly ilikuwa ni college, kusoma nini na nini. But it reaches a point where you're making choices kwa maisha yako sasa. It's about settling, it's about labda kutafuta watoto, kufanya nini na nini. So the choices that I made was mainly for my own benefit, not kufaidisha watu wengine wa nje. What I did is nilichuja, I filter. Mimi I'm one person ambaye before doing anything anajitaga kama mkutano. So huwa nachuja watu. And nilifilter watu ni mtu ambaye sasa when I want to open a business, mtu ambaye si business oriented mind, haizi nisaidia kwenye maisha yangu. I want to pursue my degree. Mtu ambaye haizi kunisaidia kwenye maisha yangu, hata nipa msukumo wa pursue degree nilimchuja. So mainly I make choices for my own benefits, na si mtu mwingine.
So Husni, I have a different approach towards you. Sawa? Kwa sababu there's a time kuna ile lifestyle kwa tunaishi. Sawa? Being there to the community, alafu sasa kuwa na marafiki wengi. Then kuna ile step up sasa, where you like si distance, but it's the kind of cycle uko na, si ndio? That made a drastic change katika maisha yako na choices yako lifestyle. How was that?
Well, for me, when we speak specifically about choice, for me choice is not just a word. Choice is a very heavy word. Ambayo most of the people, they underrate the magnitude of choice. Choice comes in so many ways. Mimi specifically, I wouldn't say I'm an introvert. I think for everyone who knows me on my social life. And I'm very a social ambient person. Because there are so many people around me. I work with so many people. But I wouldn't say I have so many friends. I would say I have so many people that I know in my life. But as you said, it made a very drastic change in my life and impacted my life. It is because the choices that I made at that time were not right choices for me. And the reason why my brother Amir, it was a cycle and then I moved away from that cycle, it is because I came to realize that sometimes the choices that we make, kuna mistakes which are normal, and then kuna choices. So when someone does a choice, it means amekusudia kufanya hiyo. He knows what he's doing. A mistake as it is ni mistake. Mistake inasamehewa anytime. But when you do a choice, it means wewe umechagua kufanya ile kitu. So for me, I didn't do mistakes. I did a lot of choices which were very wrong. There are things that I did at that time I'm not proud of. Paka sahi siko proud na hizo vitu, and I wish not to do any time in my life. And that is why, kama my sister alivyosema, huwa anajiweka mkutano. Mine was a round table meeting for so long on myself. Kuna vitu nafanya but I don't have to do. Like there is no need for me to do them. And what do I need to do? I need to move away from this angle to another angle. There's a word that I always use. I love using it. Nasema, you leave a habit for a habit. Unaacha tabia kwa tabia. So I had to move from this point of life and focus on another point of life. And this is why right now people wanaona a very different change about me. I'm no longer in that aspect of that time. I'm in a very different world and I'm really proud of what I'm doing right now.
So turudi kwako Samir. How do you balance leisure, hobbies and what na zile choices ambazo ziko? How do you balance?
I think for me, what took a turning point is that previously I used to be more into work. It's just about work because you're that person that you feel you have to be there to do everything, to oversee everything. But later on, I realized that in life you also need time for yourself. You need time for family. You need time, to just reflect, to just be on your own, to go treat yourself. Unajipeleka date mahali. So how do I balance? I balance in a way that I program my mind every day. I wake up. Kwamba today I'm doing 1, 2, 3, and that's what I do. And I keep telling people that work with me. Mi nikiendanga office in the morning, najua leo niko na 1, 2, 3 I'm supposed to do. There's a meeting that has been planned previously. So ensure from morning into evening, najielewa naenda wapi. And I'm that person who is very punctual. Kama ni kufika mahali and you're supposed to do a particular thing, it's a meeting, you're there. But in the evening, this is where now you say that kazi imeisha. And then you have now to look at what matters the most now. It's the family. So ensure that you're home. That is weekdays, and if it's weekend, work in government, anytime you can be called. But we try in as much as we can with Husni. Kwamba weekend, let's have a time for ourselves. So for the viewers that are trying to balance between work and life, it's just for you to have a diary of your life in every single day. You know what you're going to do. And you ensure that you have time for yourself, you have time for family, you have time for workout. There's a time we started doing gym in the morning, since Ramadan hatuja resume, but these are the things that you need to ensure you have captured in your life, and to ensure every particular aspect in your life, you give it a portion of your time. Because work haishi, every day we're going to work.
So, coming to Chuna, how do you balance between your hobbies and leisure? Na time yako mwenyewe na time ya family.
How do I balance? Mimi ni as I said, sina marafiki. So time yangu ni any free time nina kwa mamangu. For those who know, mimi na mamangu hivi. So how do I balance? Mimi ni mtu ambaye na nikiamka asubuhi, not even kuamka asubuhi. Wiki kianza niko na small diary, najua nafaa kufanya this and this and this and this. Vitu za muhimu nafanya. Kuna kwenye siku kuna vitu ambavyo uwezo ukafanya saa 10 na kuna vitu ambavyo uwezo ukafanya asubuhi. Ni lazima uvifanye asubuhi. Sasa mimi ni mtu ambaye huwa naenda na time, hata even meeting people I don't allow mtu anipigie simu from where Chuna niko kwenu ama Chuna niko nyumbani na we were not supposed to meet. So mimi ni mtu ambaye huwa naenda na program na nafanya kila kitu. Alafu another thing I came to realize is that pesa haiishi kutafutwa. Kazi pia haziishi. So mimi ni mtu ambaye najua kazini nikifalio kikoane la siri kwa mtu. So there is no need the extent ya kufanya vitu mpaka nijinyime mimi time my personal time simply because I'm pleasing someone ama nalazimisha kufanya vitu. Mimi najua ni mtu ambaye niko replaceable. So I love myself. I have my own time. Nina time ya kazi, nina time ya family. It's just a matter of balancing na kujua priorities ni gani. Siku ya Eid you are not supposed to go to work kwa sababu ni time ya holiday. Haina haja uende karaoke ofisini, hiyo ni time ya holiday. And ikifika time ya kazi pia this is supposed to be work time, unafanya kazi unamaliza. So it's just a matter of knowing priorities. Sasa inafaa kufanya nini, sasa inafaa kuwa wapi, na usende to an extent of pleasing other people ama kutaka kuonekana mzuri ukajiona time yako mwenyewe. Mwili hauna spare. Sasa unaanza zinaitwa nini migraine size. Utapanda makadara ukishuka na hakuna kitu ambacho nini. So you just do mwenyewe ujue what I want to do. Priorities zangu ni gani? Is meeting this person important size? If it's not important, usiforce. If hii nafanya kazi, time ya kazi kutoka ni saa 11. Wewe una extend mpaka saa 2. Ukifa size kesho unakuwa replaced. So it's just a matter of knowing what you want na what you are doing na ile time pale. Alafu make sure you have, mimi wanasema make sure you have family time kwa sababu wale family hakuna kitu ambacho ta replace. Umekosa kwenda Eid nyumbani, Eid nyingine Eid mpaka Ramadhani ijao probably ndio utapata tena public holiday kitu kama ama Eid ya fungu 3. So make sure you know leisure time yako na kisha usiwe mtu ambaye una ikambele starehe sana. Kuna vitu ambavyo pia vingine starehe sana inafikaga umri pia unafanya kazi sana unapunguza starehe sana. So just a matter of balancing and knowing what are your priorities.
So naona Chuna anaishi na Idi. Sasa so Husni, you feel like you have a good work balance?
Okay. I always feel like I get different questions when I'm prepared for the same question. But I wouldn't want to say, honestly, I wouldn't want to say I have a very constructive work balance. I want to be very genuine. At times, ilikuwa inafika wakati I feel like nafanya kazi ya mtu kama ni kazi ya babangu ama mwanangu, because it reaches to a point where nakaa kazini mpaka saa 3 usiku. You get doing someone's work, and at the end of the day I have a family to protect and integrity to safeguard. And inafika to a point unaona unakaa kazini unafanya kazi ya mtu, unaacha majukumu yako, yani you hell bent on the bare minimum, and umesahau like misplaced priorities. That is the key word. So I wouldn't want to say I really don't have a very good work balance now, but at a time nyuma kidogo, at a time it was really difficult for me to balance my work, my personal responsibilities, my other issues. So mimi pia kama dadangu alivyosema, mimi yani as a person there is a lot that are behind your work. Kuna vitu vingi nje ya maisha ya kazi. Kuna maisha yako. You know, the most important thing is self-awareness. Na sisi hiyo ni kitu ambao we lack. Most of the youth wana lack self-awareness. And this is why we end up doing a lot of mistakes and huge issues ambazo zinatukoroga. Yani they put us in a very conflicting feelings. Inafika a point, unataka, kama sahi, randomly. Vijana wengi, I know this is out of the picture, but just a random thought. Vijana wengi sahi mtu atakwambia mimi siwezi kuoa kwa sababu I can't manage 150,000 kadhi ya mahari, I can't manage 200,000 nini. But it's all the perception. Ni tu watu wanavyofikiria kuwa mimi I can't manage. Yani perception ya watu ni kuwa this is the balance of my life. For me to reach it, I have to work extra mile. But it's not even about what you're working extra mile. It's about wewe umejipanga vipi kufikia to that point. And this is what we're missing as youth. Tunafanya kazi extra mile than what we need to self-reflect on ourselves. Ukikaa as a person, wewe Amir sahi, uamue mimi, I have my diary. Naingia kazi saa 2 until this time, saa 10:30. After saa 10:30, I need to take like 2 hours break and then work on other things, fix my other things, go to my family. That's it. Saturday, Sunday, strictly me your family. Umeelewa? You put your family closer because as she said, hakuna mtu kama familia. There is nowhere. Like if you have a wife, go to your wife na watoto wako, kaa na wao, piga story na wao, let them feel you, the presence of you being with them. As opposed wewe uko kazi, it detaches your life and your maisha. Hata okay, now you get millions of money, but hauna raha kwa nyumba. That's the point of it. So I think for me, I would say it's ish. Leo inapanda as a graphic, kesho inashuka. But I'm trying, the biggest thing is that I'm trying to fix it because this is what I want to do. I want to fix my work balance so that because people look after me. And I want these people not to have expectations of me kuwa ni mtu ambaye najiweka in this way as vile social zote wanajiweka. I want people to feel me as who I am.
Sawa. Samir, how do you know kama kuna balance katika kazi? What you do, how do you know it? Kama uko like mtu anajuaje kama kuna yani work balance yake iko sawa? A good work balance.
Good work balance is where you give time for everybody. Not everybody in terms of like the people, but in terms of every single aspect that is important in your life. There's a portion of time in umewapatia. If it is family, you have given your time for your family. If it's work, you've given your all to work at the time that you're supposed to be there. If it's friends, what time do you have for them? Because they also matters. They play a role in your life. And if it's your parents, because this is things that some of us get a bit difficult because I stay in Mombasa, my parents are not here. But how do you ensure that at a particular time in your life, because you need to apply my leave when how do you ensure that you also give them time? So knowing it's where every important aspect in your life, you ensure that kuna portion of time umewapatia. If that is working and not just a portion of life to them, but when it comes to you now, pia wewe you matter. So there's aspect of other people and other aspects that, you know, brings value to your life. But how about you? How about you? What do you do about yourself? Do you go out for yourself? Because going out, vile nimesema kujipeleka mahali ukai, it's a moment for you to reflect. How are you doing in your life? Are you making the right choices? Are you growing as an individual? If it is work, is it working? If it's friends, you also need to reflect. Are they people that are adding value to me? At the same time, on your lifestyle, it's important to look at your health. Working out is really important. So you need also to ensure you have also time for that.
Sawa. Hapo kwa wako tutarudi baadaye. Manake niliona tu Januari kwa wako gym daily alafu tukapotea. Sawa. Sasa this is a question I pose to everyone. So making lifestyle choices comes with risk. Sio? Definitely. Sasa ndaka kila mtu anielezee time yake ile risk alichukua yani to detach either from the friends that walikuwa pale to the cycle that wako pale. Risk gani ulichukua? Yani unajua it's supposed to be well calculated. Usipoteze marafiki, ukapoteza sana. Na pia ukipata marafiki wapya, how do you maintain them? Tuanze na Chuna hapa.
Answering that, mimi ndo mtu ambaye I say I'm the riskiest. Kuna riskiest kwa. Mimi ni risk taker sana. Mimi naweza amka nikapack bag yangu na nikienda nikaanza maisha na kwingine ambako sijulikani, sina familia, sina nini. Mimi ni mtu namna hiyo. So long as najua na mimi mtu ambaye najiamini ya kwamba so long as ninania pale mahali na nataka kitu nitakiachieve hata kama ni risk zina gani. Mimi ni risk taker sana. So talking about ni choices gani I made, I moved out from nyumbani. Ile shuffle na wazazi because I wanted to inaitwa exposure. Unajua sisi sana tunamaliza Kiswahili. Ni umalize kusoma uende college ungoje bwana aje nyumbani. Hakuna ile hata mzazi kumwambia nataka kwenda kufanya kazi mahali kwingine mimi akapo malini. So kutoka kwetu kwenda kuanza maisha peke yangu kwenda kupigania career kwenda kupigania career, that is the kitu risk kama nimefanya not knowing naweza bounce kule alafu sasa kwenye nimetoka seti unatoka na on bad terms, lakini sasa huwa najiuliza nitarudi vipi pale kwa mzazi na nilimhakikishia kwamba I'll make it. Sitaki kurudi ya kwamba sija make it. Zile vitu ambazo nilimwambia unajua natoka kwa mzazi na I have career, I have this and this and this, what if nirudi kwa mzazi kama sija achieve zile nimepoteza miaka fulani. So mimi kitu ambacho ni risk ni kutoka kwetu kwenda kuanza maisha peke yangu, kupigania maisha, kujipanga kimaisha. Hiyo kitu asikwambie mtu. Kuna kulala njaa, kuna kufukua rent, kuna career isijipe, kama ni biashara hizi ikafeli, kama umechukua loan biashara pia baki na madeni na nini. So mimi ni risk taker. I did that and alhamdulillah nadhani shetani alioverwork. But mimi am a risk taker. Mimi nafanya because naamini ya kwamba bidii zangu pia Mwenyezi Mungu hawezi kuniacha hivi jamani. Kwa mimi niache. But mimi am risk taker. I make choices ambazo ni very risk lakini mimi I'm very determined to say my I take risks.
Sasa Husni, and what was the hardest part katika kuchukua risk ya choice?
Okay, I nataka tuongele tu the root cause before ni touch tu on risk briefly on the root cause. I think sengine kuna vitu tuwafanya tujitakia wenyewe kama binadamu. As much as risk is there na it's getting risky, lakini it's all connected, it all revolves under one thing. Sisi kama binadamu, especially the Muslims, tumesahau what our God Allah is saying about taking risk, about doing ibadat. One thing ambayo naweza kusema, kufanya kazi ni ibada. Na ni kitu ambayo ukitoka kwenda kutafuta kwa ajili ya familia yako, kwa ajili yako na jasho yako, then Allah is putting delight in it, ndani ya hiyo kitu. So as much as we call it risk, but the right word that mimi I will say is tawakkul. We are forgetting the aspect of kutawakkal kwa Mwenyezi Mungu. Kwa mimi I'm leaving this place to go to another place, na nimekuacha wewe Mwenyezi Mungu kwa sababu wewe you have all of this. So I'm not disregarding that risk is there, but what I'm trying to say,
maybe we change our aspect to tawakkul. But coming back to how risky it is getting now in doing that, it is there. You can't disregard it. Risky, and ni risk kubwa sana like we take. Personally, I've taken so many risks. Ambazo most of them zili backfire. As a human being, as a person, it happens in life that things backfire and now you go back to square one. I've done so many things. I've shot stories that sometimes back I wanted to do a business and I took a very huge loan. And it reached to a point that I couldn't give back the loan. Like, ukichukua loan, you need to get it back at a given time. So it reached to a point where nilishindwa kuregesha the loan. And it made me have a very helter-skelter situation with the people that I took loan from. And it was really bad. Every day unalala unafikiria kuna mtu ananidai and he's putting pressure on me, and the business that I invested to does not give it back. And wewe umefungua because you feel you have so many people watakuja wakusaidie, wakupe the push. So it was the hardest part in my life, knowing that I'm sleeping every day na mtu fulani ananidai, and I'm like, inafika tu hapo nasema mimi nadhulumu mtu. It's not right. What do I do? And one thing, remember, I don't want to take a loan to pay a loan. Sitaki kufanya hivyo. So I want it to work it out ndo nilipe ile tena. So you try to an extent, unafika unasema what can I do? Siwezi kulipa deni. So you know as a person unakuwa na ile fear because people wanakupa see differently. And then kwa ground where you know what is happening, you know yourself, kila mtu anajijua. So you feel like this is a big risk ambayo nimechukua na sahi the risk is risking. Imefika to a point unasema the only thing I need to do is just go back to these people, talk to them, tell them what is happening. So I went back, I expressed myself. Kuna wale walielewa, kuna wale walisema bana, no, we don't understand this. Whatever it takes, we want our money back. And now hauna njia. Now you keep on calling people around, with friends and stuff. It was the hardest part, to be honest, because that was the turning point of my life. I decided like, kuna risk ambazo I can take. And that is why I say there are choices and mistakes. So for me, it was a choice. At least ingekuwa ni mistake, ningesema it's a mistake I made at that time. But it was a choice because I knew this could backfire, and I did. But at the same time, as I said, tunafanya vitu, but we don't put Allah in it. And that is why it backfires. Mwenyezi Mungu anasema, wewe mimi nakupatia chance, come back to me, ask me, I'll give you whatever you want, but wewe unanionyesha kwa you want to do this and this. He gives you so many, lakini he also tests you to the fullest. But at the end of the day, those are bygones, and sisi tunatreat kwa now we have a turning life. Alhamdulillah, for where we are now, because we regretted and we came back to what we wanted.
And we made the right choice.
Alhamdulillah.
So the risks.
To me, I would say I'm not taking risks, but I'm seeing them as opportunity. Kwa sababu there's a class that I attended, Soft Skills or leadership program, where now we had to look at the personality of you as a leader and the people that you're working with. Nika realize kuna kitu inaitwa red, kuna watu ni blue, kuna watu ni yellow, na kuna watu ni green. So that time it actually opened my mind. Kwamba I work with Bilal. Bilal is a red person. Vile Chunara amesema, he can decide today I'm shifting to Nairobi. I don't know, I don't have any connection, but I'm moving to Nairobi. I'm someone who is a yellow and a blue. A blue is someone who is analytical. Nikienda kule, nitaanza wapi, nitafanya nini? So those are risks that someone can take. So to me, when I'm a blue, it's different. You have to analyze. So later on, you'll just picture it as an opportunity. And then Husni touched very important aspect, your religion, tawakkul, and having faith. So I'll talk about two scenarios. When I was given a call by my chief officer to go and manage Tononoka Hall, I was a bit scared. I was like, you're talking about risk, nimeona kama najiingiza ka risk fulani, kwa sababu I'm a program officer, I'm a senior agent officer. There are things that I'm used to do. Now natoka hapa detaching from the main office kwenda mahali a different scenario, different work. But that is the time I reflected and nikasema if I'm given this opportunity, there's a reason that I'm given, and it's an opportunity and not a risk to me. And I will try to make sure nikifanya hii kitu ambao Amir umeita ni risk, I will turn it around to be something that can influence and bring change to the community. That is scenario number 1. Scenario number 2, which is a big risk I felt like I have put myself into, ni hii iftari tulifanya ya mjengo. We were raising funds to construct a youth empowerment center. The office that we are in, even paying rent is a bit hard sometimes because we have to go on our way. Ile pesa unafaa usave upeleke nyumbani, it has to go there. Kwa sababu kuna watu around 30 to 50 that need that space to go into that place every single day to learn, to network, to interact, and to be useful and meaningful to them. But ikifika point tumepata mtu anatufadhili anasema hii nafasi you can build a center, but it requires around 6 to 10 million, and I'm like paying a rent of 25,000 is hard, and to sustain one place. Sasa hii tunaenda mahali tunajiingiza mali ya 10 million, where on earth are we getting? Sasa Bilal is a red person. No, we have to, it's an opportunity. Nura anakuja pale ananiconvince, Amir, you have to look at a bigger picture. But it took me almost a month to a point hata tulika kama tumekosana. Yeye anataka mimi sitaki, alafu mimi sitaki kwa sababu gani? Mimi I look around the people that are supporting us ni watu wa pesa kidogo. Kama ni wifi hakuna mtu atakupatia 2 to 3k, but mtu umwambie mtu nataka 10 million unijenge. So that was a big risk for me, but again I had now to go back. Nikajiuliza hii nafasi tulipewa na Mungu na ile pia ni Mungu ametupatia. So it means that if you tawakkal, if you have faith in God, and if you ensure that every particular thing yenye inakuja kwa maisha yako, it's something that God has given something to you and it's special, so you just need to work on it. So I'll say that you just need to tawakkul, take the risk and ensure that you look at it as an opportunity and you're going to succeed in life. Yeah.
Sasa we'll take a commercial break, alafu tutarudi tena baadaye. Hello, welcome back to another session after the break. So kama tunavyoelezea, we were talking about lifestyle choices, na watu ambao kwa hapa ni tumesheheni information hapa ambayo imezidi yani. Kila mtu ametuelezea the kind of choices that I'll have to make to change to be the person that they are saizi, si ndio? I believe katika the choices that we made kuna some mistakes tulifanya, si ndio? When we grow up, tukiwa the transition from primary to high school, kulikuwa na choices that you had to make, si ndio? Kama ulifeli kule wako, sasa mimi itabidi nianze kurauka, nianze kusoma vizuri, nianze kufanya vipi. These are the kind of choices that tunasema. So I really want sisi hapa sasa ambao tuko hapa tuelekeze wale wadogo ambao wako kule nje, sawa, on what kind of the positive choices that they should make.
Samir. Thank you, Amir, for that question, because at the end of the day, we're here to ensure we are educating the public and especially the young people. Positive choices, things that we need to do kwa wale watu wako nje ni kwamba at the end of the day, whatever you do, iangalie kuna impact gani kwa maisha. Na nikisema hivyo inamaanisha kwamba whatever you do today, it has to be meaningful in life. So to the young people, it's that let's strive to be people of substance in this world. I'll take myself as an example. I am just a young person, but I've put myself into every committees or any community group, but are trying to bring something good to the people. If we're youth, where are you? What are you doing? Do you know what you want? And the first important aspect, and Husni touched a bit of it, is that self-awareness. Tujaribu sana tujielewe tutataka nini kwa maisha. And self-awareness encompasses what are you passionate about? Because whatever you do, if you're passionate about it, it doesn't matter the time that you're called upon. You are going just to give it your all and to ensure you're there. So whatever that we do today, let's ensure we are putting ourselves into scenarios or into community groups that are trying to give back to the community, that are trying to be meaningful things. Because hizi vitu zote nzuri zinafanya. First of all, there's a reward from God. Second, you are changing something in your community. Third, you assert your brain as an individual. So these are the things that we need to do, and these are the lifestyle now you need to uphold. A lifestyle that is bringing influence and it brings change to the community, where at the same time women unajielewa and women and becoming successful in.
Sasa Chuna, the positive sides ambazo choices ambazo tuna make, because on the female aspect, sindio, sisi the environment that we come from na the Swahili part, sisi tumekulia huku pwani. Mtu anajua tu nikianza kusoma enda college, hiyo college pia naenda tu ni just by the way, lakini aim yake ni kianza pale kuolewa. So they don't have the choices. Watu bado tunaishi katika zile ama tuna being forced to end up to make choices ambazo sahi wewe unasema I want to work, lakini sasa kuna zile choices ambao paka uolewe ndo nini uwezi toka kwenu mpaka uolewe, lakini umetuambia hapo you had to leave parents nini. So these are the kind of choices mtu lazima ajipende, yani like it has to come from within you mwenyewe, sindio? So what are the kind of choices that unaweza advise, the positive choices watu chukua?
Mimi nataka kusema kitu kimoja, we need to know that every choices has consequences. Na kisha kuna choices zingine ambazo consequences zake you cannot reverse. A very good example is having kids. We are in a generation where want to be a mom, I want to be a dad. But watu hawajui kama consequences za kuwa mzazi. Kids are lifetime investment. There is no reverse on watoto. Not unless uvunje the 10 commandments uwe. So kuna choices ambazo consequences zake ni long term. Ni ndefu ambazo sasa they'll either make you ama break you. A very good example is from our society we are coming from. Ya kwamba mimi I want to be independent, I want to be blah blah blah, but then hiyo independence inakuja na nini? Consequences za hiyo independence ni kwamba utaasi dini, utaasi wazazi ama utaasi ile society ambayo umetoka. Those are the things that you do before making choices. Usisikie Chuna ni risk taker, nilitoka kwetu ukadhani sasa kutoka. I have a younger sister ambaye iko campus. So she saw what I did na sija fail ile sana such that ikuwe ni threat. So juzi anatafuta attachment, ananiambia mimi I want to rent blah blah, nikamwambia do not even think about it. Kwa sababu whatever works for me cannot work for you. So ile choice ambazo mimi nilifanya they can never, haziwezi kwenda sawa sawa na wewe. Kila mtu ana destiny yake, kila mtu ana, but there are consequences. Narudia, the choices like having kids ama getting married ama kutoka kwenu ama kutoka nchi. Kuna mtu ambaye ametoka hapa, mtu anaenda Gaza. What are the consequences? Umetoka kwenu, umeacha familia yako Iran, umetoka Kenya, una bibi na watoto, umeenda nchi nyingine. Consequences ni kama loneliness itakuhit, hiyo long distance marriage can you sustain? So consequences ni nyingi. Before making hizo risk, everything ambayo iko positive ina negative yake. So think about the long term consequences ambazo mimi am making these choices, nitaweza kuvumilia consequences zake. Ukiweza kuvumilia, go for it. There is hakuna kitu mbaya na ku make risk, hakuna kitu mbaya na kufanya choices kwenye maisha, but make sure you'll be in a position ya kuvumilia yale majibu ambayo utapata out of the choices that you've made.
So Husni, same question, but I want to have a different perspective. So a different perspective. Pia itakuja kwa Samir, because sisi tuko kwa social media, the society pia inatuangalia. So na sahihi vile naona the social media inakuwa influence watu to the choices that they make. Sindio? So what are the kind of things that people should handpick?
Maybe this is the message to the youth.
Yeah.
Maybe before ni eleza hiyo, kuna kitu I would like to put it for the world is controlled by the youth, as much as we don't know that. But the world is controlled by the youth. For a country to prosper, for a nation to prosper, it leads and come under with the youth. Youth have a very huge percentage, 70+1 in each and every nation. Lakini these are things that maybe hatuelewi wala hatufuatilii, hatujui, kwa sisi we have an upper hand. And this is why we end up finding ourselves in a very difficult moments every time. Kwa nini? Tunalia every time, hakuna uongozi mzuri, hakuna nini. Every day we have to come back to the drawing board. Why can't we just sit and strategize and restructure and conquer? Because we don't know what we want. And you've mentioned a very good aspect. I'll put it in 3 ways. 1, as much as sorry to talk about social media, but then it is how you use your social media defines you than what you do in social media. You know, you can be there sending videos and random reels that uko na watu, umetoka nje, umeenda pale, una fly, but how does that impact other people's lives? Umeelewa? But you can still use the social media to show the people what it defines to be a youth. Umeelewa? Unaweza kukaa na vijana katika society, ukakaa na wao, ukaonesha maadili, and give an ambietic example to everyone to get to know wewe kama kijana unafanya nini and nani anafaa kufuatilia katika mtandao. So that is better influence, how you influence people through your social media. And then kuna kitu ya pili ambao you set clear goals. It's something pia watu wengi sasa, I mentioned earlier, kuna kitu inaitwa misplaced priorities. Hiyo ni kitu ambayo watu wengi sana wanakosa katika hii maisha, especially sisi youth. Mtu hajui anachokitaka. Umeingia katika social media, like right now, mimi I want to air out something ambayo maybe we are sleeping on it. Hatuisemi, but nataka niseme, I highly I appreciate vijana wengi ambao sasa wanajihusisha kwenye mitandao hapa Mombasa na wamebadilisha taswira ya Mombasa. You know, when people used to think about Mombasa, they used to think about laziness, violence, stupidity. Hiyo ndio ilikuwa ni mentality ya watu. Watu wa Mombasa ni wavivu, watu wa Mombasa ni wako violent, watu wa Mombasa sijui ni wako pole, you know. But right now, you can never speak about content creation and miss Mombasa. You can never sleep on Mombasa and content creation. Because kuna vijana ambao wameamua wachukue time yao specifically to air out issues about Mombasa on a positive way. Who air out about their hidden talents. Sasa hiyo ukikaa tu unaona watu fulani hapa Mombasa wamefanya TikTok zao, wamefanya Instagram reels zao na wako all over. Wanaangalia. I travel to Dar es Salaam and Lamu, in Mombasa, Lamu, in Kenya, Lamu and Dar es Salaam. And people are talking about content creators ambao wanafanya kazi in Mombasa. So that's a very beautiful thing. Those are the things ambao watu wanafaa waige. Impactful. So how you use your social media defines more about who you are. Other side nikikuuliza, Amir, what defines you? Ama ukiuliza mtu yote, atakuwa haelewi the meaning, maybe atakwambia what defines me, sijui mimi niko na tabia nzuri, sijui na nini. How do we know? Kama wewe unaweza jua mcha Mungu, unajua mcha Mungu, huwezi kujua. Si ndio? Huwezi kujua nani ni mcha Mungu. But what you do defines you. It defines who you are. So I think there's a very big need for people to sit down and see how they use their social media and how do they influence other people through it.
Sawa. Tuje kwa Samir. Ndio nikana mtu mitandao sana. Same question. How do labda tu nikuulize, does social media influence choices?
Does social media influence, I say, on the people that are looking at you? Maybe they want to, do things that you are doing, putting pressure on themselves, or Samira anafanya kitu fulani, I want to do. And mostly that comes on these people that are doing content, naenda mahoteli nini. But I'll talk about myself kwamba in 2021 during COVID-19, it's when I started to post in social media. I started to post the work that I was doing at that time, particularly late work where we were giving distribution of food pack to our community. Kama mnakumbuka pojo za Joho. Those are the times that I started to post na mambo ya mask. But this is a message to the young people, and I keep telling those members from Nuturing Stars, use your social media and sell yourself out there. Amir, you know that. I've been advocating for that kwa sababu the social media, the things that I've been posting, it led for me first to be given awards. The 100 influential Kenyan Muslims. I couldn't have known me, or even those people who voted for me, recommended me, kama hawangeona kazi yangu. So how do I use social media? Mostly I use my social media to post on the things that I am doing that are influential or that are impactful in the community. So ni leo niko podcast, I'll post a video that I'm, trying to motivate young people so people can hear what I am trying to say. Ukiona ni kazi zingine za community, GBV, mental health, youth empowerment, ukiweka pale kuna mtu ataona kuna this opportunity, this organization, this GBV, it's about this. So any kind of information, I'm using the social media to advocate, to share information that are very meaningful to these people. The other good important thing that people need to understand about social media, Husni talk about content, which is really good because it's giving you money at the end of the day. But I'll talk to those people who are in community work. Everything that you do, ensure that you post it there. You're in LinkedIn, you're in Facebook, you're in Twitter, all these platforms. You post, today I've done 1, 2, 3. Because to all the donors that have been able to interact and supported us, I have met them through social media. Nimepatana na Angaza Center through LinkedIn. Tumeweza kufungua digital hub and other schools that have been supporting with computers. The same thing with other donors as well. The position of things that I'm getting an opportunity different to travel, it's because I'm doing something in social media, so people are knowing me to the extent that mtu anaweza taka kufaitia to get a big opportunity. So to the young people that are watching us today, it's that use your social media in the right way and use it in a way that you can influence or impact people, so that whatever they are going to try to, to copy from you, because kuna hiyo scenario kwamba watu wanaona mtu Kenya anafanya wanakopi. But if you are selling out bad content or bad images, Husni, inamaanisha watu wengine wanaenda wanaharibika, wataanza kukuimitate. But today, if Husni is trying to post things that matters, things that are bringing change to the community, I am doing the same. The other people that are watching us are going to try to use us as role model. And then we are changing the community and the surrounding as well, using social media.
So just to touch on what you were saying. Mtu hii mentality ama perception ya kuwa mtu akikukopia unachokifanya it's bad. He didn't say that. I'm just saying the word there kuwa mtu alikuwa anafanya content and now Amir anafanya the same content. I don't see anything bad with it because if you do something and other people do it, it shows you are the bigger person. You've done this and now everyone is doing it. Now imagine you have an idea, you don't work on it, and then someone else comes implement the idea. Who is the bigger person?
The one that came up with the idea. Initiate. Na mtu alikuja na idea.
And then wewe hukuifanya ukalala. And then someone else akaja akafanya hiyo idea.
Implement.
You could be the initiator, but na dummy check. Implement but umekaa. And then someone comes and work on it. That's better in the society and impacted other people's life. So mimi mtu akisema hii issue ya copy it brings a lot, but I feel like it gives a very good impactful image to the society.
Kuna part moja ambayo haijaongelewa. Talk about it. The toxic and the toxic part of social media. Watu pale nje, mtu ataona Chuna nimeamka asubuhi nimevaa dera na mtandao food makeup nimepost ukasema Chuna video na lifestyle. Kumbe hata rent sijalipa. So there is that part ambayo most people are picking, especially mtu ambaye sasa wanaingia TikTok sahi, this young generation, instead of picking ile part nzuri, mtu ana base. Hata una mtu kama ni TikTok FAP yake imejaa the lavish lifestyle peke yake. People are faking outside. Mimi nataka watu wajue kama people are faking outside there. I can post niko hapa chini na biriani, kumbe imelipwa na Amir, si pesa yangu. Simply because mwana Chuna amepost ukaona mimi na maisha mazuri, ukataka kufanya ama kuigiza, ukaja paka hapa kuna biriani 2,000, kumbe kwako hujalipa hata toka. Tuamene tu kweli. Watu wengi social media they are faking it just to make it. They are faking it for numbers, faking it for views, faking it for likes. Ambao watu wengi hawataki kuadmit. Watu wengi siku hizi mtu yuko TikTok mpaka saa 8 za usiku. lakini hakuna jambo la maana ambalo yafanya. Kuna live ambazo ziko social media siku hizi vita very bad, very toxic, na ukifanya mchezo utakuwa influenced na mtoto wako alibadilisha simply because I'm for the wrong side of social media. Kuna kitu ambacho nataka kuadmit, but social media is very toxic and very good. But when addressing the toxic part ama the bad part of social media, mtu ambaye pale nje, make sure whoever you are following. Kuna mtu ambaye portray inaitwa nini, power couples, lakini kumbe ana talaka yuakalia deposit kwa ndoa. Kuna mtu ambaye yuapost biashara yake na kila kitu, lakini kumbe mtu ile biashara na survival loans. Kuna mtu ambaye yuaportray amechukua gari, kumbe ni kahaya. Mtu wingi. So there is that part ambayo no one is ready to admit. But when choosing social media, when making choices according life choices especially, ati kulingana na vile watu ambao social media wanaishi, utaishi maisha mabaya na utaharibikiwa. Because people are failing it 85%. Kwanza squeeze kila mtu anafika. iPhone squeeze kuna paka za M-Kopa. Tunaona na iPhone kama mwana sababu na M-Kopa na mbili kasi.
Sasa so labda tu mimi nataka kuemphasize that question was coming, lakini kwenda kuweka in a different way. Mimi perspective yangu. Sawa. I think the bad comments ama hateful comments ambazo zinakuja, it's because of the choices that mtu ana choose to make on the, because if you come on social media and you dance, unajua kuna kudance alafu kuna kudance ile nyingine so and unakuja kwenye labda unakuja pia kwa social media unaanza kutukanana kwa comments, unaanza kutukanana kwa nini, because that is the choice that umejichagulia, si ndio? Na wewe pia usichague mtu akuchagulie tusi, si ndio? Don't expect mtu akuchagulie tusi, because so this ina inflict towards the choices that we make. So the small choices that we make, anyway utaona like ni maamuzi, lakini maamuzi makubwa ambayo na a big impact to your life. Because kama saizi if you choose to kutukana mtu kwa social media, so mtu mwingine hata si yule, watu wengine kama 10 hivyo je wao pia kutukane, alafu uje pale to seek sympathy, do you think that is sindio? So do you think that the choices that people make, can they haunt you for your entire life?
Imagine me posting my kid, mtu aje pale chini anambia mtoto anafanana na landlord, mtoto yuaka hivi, mtoto si mrembo si nini. Hiyo kitu si challenge, kwa sababu yule mtoto apitia trolls. Kwa maamuzi yangu nimeamua I'm exposing my family. So whatever ile family ambaye itapitia, yule mtoto hayuko responsible, ni mimi. Hiyo kitu itaniacha by the way. Mimi nasema kuna mtu ambaye make choices ambazo zitakuhunt. Imagine making tuseme umechukua loan ukafungua biashara isiwaka, ukabidi uuze vitu zako za nyumba kulipa ile loan. Utalala usiku kujua unalala chini kwa kitanda na ni kitanda umelipia loan. Ndio vitu vingine ambavyo but hiyo mistake itakuwa inakuhunt kila siku. So yes, our choices will hunt us. Zingine zitatuhunt vizuri like yes I did this and this, lakini it's not to be good. Lakini choices zingine pia zitahunt vibaya.
Sasa
I think she has a very good point. Just to add on it is very wise. It is very, that's when nikianza nikasema kuna mistakes, kuna choices, and I'm still sticking to it, kwa sababu choices ni kitu ambacho wewe mwenyewe umeamua nitaifanya. Umeelewa? Mistake ni kama kuteleza, it happened, ukafanya bahati mbaya, it's forgivable. Lakini kwenye social media hivi alivyokuwa sister yaongea, it's your choice, and my kid, my parents, you should never punish my parents for the mistake of what I did. You should never do that. Yani makosa yangu, wazazi wangu, watoto wangu, familia yangu inaumia because of what I did. And this is why tunasema sana katika social media, and mimi huwa nasema usineemeshe neema yako ambayo Mwenyezi Mungu amekupatia. People will hold this differently, but usipende kuneemesha neema yako, because si kila mtu anapenda what you do. Not everyone likes what you do. Usipende neema yako Mwenyezi Mungu amekupatia, let it be with you. And that is why hata kuna watu wanasema, kuna riwaya zinasema kuwa sometimes ukisafiri ni vizuri hapo useme watu like as much as wengine wanasema aga, but kuna watu wanasema usiseme ukuenda wapi, let that just be put, kwa sababu sisi wajua tuna ile aspect ya hasad. Achana na mambo ya hasad, watu wewe mwenyewe wajijua, like kuna watu wako in social media ama sometimes hata si social media, the cycle that you move with, you work with, you do everything with, si kila mtu yakupenda like it is normal. I have had that. I'm a living example, life example, that I have seen it. I've been having a cycle, and the things that I do, kuna watu they put obstacles in it, kuna watu they go out of the way to talk about you on the things that ushawahi kuambiwa kitu ambacho wewe hata hujui kitu like hujui, lakini you have to, why should I justify myself? Let me just move on. So yes, choices will haunt you forever because it's you who made the choices. Na utakuja kulaumu mtu because how on earth wewe uingie social media uingie uanze okay, I know this will put me on a spotlight, but let it be. Uingie uanze dance in a very weird manner, you know, ucheze, labda kuna wanaume wako hapo na dance na wao, and wewe ni mwanamke coming from a very civilized family, umeelewa? Alafu unafanya hizo vitu, yani in quotes, umeelewa? Watarajia watu wasiingie kwa nini. Kuna watu watakuja pale watakusifu, watakwambia mashallah you know how to dance, sio nini na nini, they will add fuel in what you do. But kuna watu jua wasaidia sema ulimu wao
ukiteria
na hakuna kitu utafanya, there's nothing that you can do, kwa sababu wewe ndio umeamua to put yourself out. So it's your opinion as much as it is their opinion.
Sasa so mimi I want to conclude sasa. Let's just conclude sasa. Sasa in terms of the lifestyle watu wanachagua, and me I really emphasize on the youth because how adults are, we cannot, sindio, we cannot, labda ni mtu paka amue mwenyewe, sindio. The people that we have control with ni hawa wadogo, younger generation. Labda tunaweza, how can we do it better in terms of influencing them to make the right choices? Amir.
Mimi naweza sema the first thing is that we are role models to them. That is number one, because people know us, we do mentorship, we interact with the community, our social media is there, people see what we do, but how do we influence them? Kwa sababu sisi tuanze na sisi kwanza. Are we doing the right things? Are we portraying the right image? Are we there in the community trying to be a good example to them? That is number one. So at the moment that sisi wenyewe kwanza, because sisi ni generation tayari ishakuwa kubwa, tumeshaanza kuzeka. If we are good people, if we are showcasing good things to them, definitely they are going to copy what we do in the right way. You know, copying things that someone is a role model, mwenye anakomenta nini, it's a good thing because they have been there and now they are in a better place. So for the young people that are out there, number one, Amir, which is very important, is mentorship. Mentorship encompasses so many things, self-awareness, positive influence, and so many other things that you're trying to impact this young person mwenye hapo bado chini, hajafika level yako. Number two, apart from mentorship, is role model. Kila mtu naambiwa you need a mentor and you need someone mwenye atakuguide. I was in a significant story with Dr. Maingi, and he was showcasing the importance of having a mentor, someone who you can work with. I have mentors. I have people that I'm a mentor to them. So for the young people, number one, I was talking about mentorship. Ensure that you're in a group that you're receiving guidance and mentorship. Number two, have a mentor or a role model, someone you can go to and you get this information and guidance. Number three, it's us now, young, the bigger generation. Let's portray good image, let's be there for them, and let's ensure that we are mentoring and showing that they can be also better people. Kwa sababu hakuna mtu aliyeharibikiwa katika maisha. They just need someone to hold their hands, to walk with them on a journey, and to show them that this is where success is. That's it.
So, I want you to speak to the girl child. Or kusikiza.
Sana sana mwanamke ama mtoto wa kike ndio huwa ni victim. Watu wanapenda kusikia hivyo, but sana sana sisi ndio ni victim na tunabeba the outcome. Sana sana sisi ndio tunabeba. So when making life choices, especially kama ni mtoto wa kike pale nje, kindly fikiria the consequences. Whatever you are doing, consequences zingine ni lifetime. investment, you cannot reverse. Huwezi reverse muda. If ni time ya kusoma uko college, kindly soma. Ni time ya kazi unafanya, kindly fanya kazi, because you cannot reverse the time that I had yesterday. Says ku reverse it, nika compensate whatever I want to do. Another thing, if you want to have inaitwa nini amesema mentorship ama a role model, tafuta role model ambayo yuendana na maisha yako, role model ambayo mnaweza kaa chini mkala simu na supu kwa amani. Do not jaribu kufiti kwenye cycle ya watu ambayo wewe hauwezekani nayo. Watu wengi siku hizi mimi na mtu anaenda extra mile, you have a friend who's living a lavish lifestyle. Na wewe kwenu umetoka kama kwa kina Chuna yenyewe mwa survive na fuliza. Afu wewe sasa unataka kwenda kujika mahali ambapo you cannot make choices ambazo zinaendana na maisha yako. Make choices ukifikiria upotoka, make choices ukifikiria dini yako, make choices ukifikiria consequences nitaweza kuzibeba. At the end of the day, life is very beautiful. There is so much ahead kwa mtoto wa kike yote. Opportunities ni nyingi. It's just you and your choices. Make them positive.
Okay. My conclusion and my message to my fellow youth, the younger generation, and everyone in general is 3 things. 1, the key factor is that go back to Allah. Rudini kwa Mwenyezi Mungu, all of us. Let us find the source of happiness through Allah and ask Him for anything that we want through Him. Nime realize at I'm just 28 years old right now, and nime realize we try to do a lot of things that havina thamani as much as kurudi kwa Mwenyezi Mungu. That is the first thing that I would tell my fellows. Go back to Allah. Find Him, talk to Him, and He will make your situation very easy to you. Number 2 is something very important. Know when to say no. And you should never compromise your integrity just to please others. As youth, you should always know when to say no. Not everything inafanyika because inafanyika no. There's a meaning. Kuna watu wanafanya vitu because of a lot of things. Mtu atakuja kwako, huwezi hata kupiana kitu, lakini wataka ujikalifishe please yule mtu. Know when to say no. And then number 3, which is also very important, is that you shouldn't judge me mpaka nimalize hii kitu. Whatever you guys have been doing as youth, it is not very important at all. Whatever you guys have been doing last year, it is not very important. Whatever you guys have been doing last week is not very important. Whatever you guys have been doing today, it is also not important. What is very important is what you guys are going to do after today. Thank you.
Sawa. Tulivyosikia. Ulichofanya jana si muhimu. Utakachofanya kesho na baadaye ndio muhimu. Na ndio muhimu zaidi, si ndio? Sawa. Kabla nisahau, usisahau kutufuatilia katika mitandao yetu ya kijamii @voice podcast, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, paka Facebook kule. Na mimi kama parting shot yangu na kumalizia kusema hivi, makuzi yanaathiri maamuzi, lakini wewe ndio mfano wa kizazi kinachofuata katika maamuzi yako utakaofanya leo, na kama si leo ni sasa hivi. I was your host, Amir Mohamed Asmara. Until next time, bye bye.